Hello and welcome to another week of the Abusecartoons Livestream. I think it's working. I'm trying a little low mic position here this week, so we'll see how that goes. Hey Matt, how's it going? All right. So let's see if we can get something done today. Got a lot of stuff to do today and not get anything done. All right. So I hope everyone is doing well. I just kind of settled into that after the holidays, miserable cold here. But nothing too brutal. Maybe not that. So we'll see. All right. Yeah, I've had a few updates on this system, so I hope it's working okay. You never know. I had some weird. Oh yeah, I think I complained about that before already. My video card is crashing randomly. That's fun because you can still hear the sound. Like obviously nothing else is stopped. Like you still hear sounds on your system, but there's no video output. All right. So, hey. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm glad. Glad California stopped getting all that rain. The flooding there is just crazy, especially in the more desert-like areas. The ground can only absorb so much water, so then it just starts to sit. And because there isn't a lot of rain, it mixes with weird, weird stuff like oil on the roads and stuff, and makes it pretty scary. But yeah, it sounded like you guys had a bunch of downed trees, and yeah, Will was saying like a light pole and things fell over. It's nuts. It's typhoon season here. Just mysterious things get knocked down. All right. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, we had to cancel an online game session because the bad weather in California was giving you guys uneven power, like loss of power. So that'll put a crimp on the playing online when there's no electricity. Uh, a loaf of bread. Or maybe some kind of. Yeah, they rarely do the metal twist ties anymore. I think only like bakeries and bread shops here do that. It's usually some variation on that plastic clip. There's some really weird ones here too. All right. Yeah, just try some packages of something. Yeah, we were getting that same, I mean, not heavy rain, but we're getting a weird unseasonal rain, and yeah, the temperature was just going up and down like randomly, like 10 degrees Celsius, which is like pretty insane. Every time the weather would come through, every time the system that caused the rain would stop, and then you'd get this bizarre temperature adjustment. So either had all this fog everywhere, or yeah, very bizarre. Yeah, that's right. Those halflings, man. Halflings in Forbidden Lands. Get out of here. I think I'm going to have to start carrying a grudge. That might be my dark secret, is my hatred for halflings. uh, yeah, they're brutal. Yeah, good job with that, Matt. That was a really fun session. This is getting weird. And we've got another one coming soon. That's the nice part about having to postpone, is we get 2 sessions almost in a row, or 2 sessions in a week. Okay, that's just getting kind of strange looking. All right. Yeah, I've been on that binge of watching all that DC animation, the Warner Brothers studio, animation studio, like DC character stuff. And I realized I've got on HBO Max, I've got all the Justice League series on there too. That's worth a rewatch. It's just amazing like how they can't make movies, but they've made so many of those animated films that like faithfully adapt. You know, they have to change it so that it's more visual and more. So the narrative makes more sense and the action is actually staged well. But they're very faithful and they recreate the stories from the comics really well. But I guess, those are already done and those are already out. So what would be the point of doing that in live action, spending the, $200 million to do that in live action? Yeah, I wonder. Hopefully we'll get a break on the superhero movies after a while. I wonder what the next genre is going to be, the next thing that everyone's trying to copy. Right. Yeah, that'd be cool if westerns came back for a little bit and there was some kind of innovation in that, because that's that's super cheap. That's like a sword and sandals movie, like a gladiator movie. It's very cheap to stage because you don't have to do a lot of effects or set building. You just got to find some sand. You just got to build the facades of a western town. Yeah, after what's happened to fantasy on streaming services, I don't think we're going to be seeing a lot of fantasy. After the what I'm predicting is the huge failure of the Dungeons and Dragons movie, we will, because if they have an active boycott, that'll be pretty funny. Oh yeah, if you've never watched the Justice League TV series or any of those movies, any of the ones, like they did so many of them, any that you're curious about are definitely worth watching. The cool thing about that Warner Brothers animation is they usually hire really good voice actors. Like the last thing I was listening to was the Crisis on Two Earths or whatever it was, the kind of DC multiverse thing, and James Woods was one of the voices of the character. So they hire some, recognizable voices and recognizable names, and a lot of the times they'll sneak in as Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern. They'll sneak in the actor that played Mal on Firefly, because he should have been Malcolm Reynolds. What's the actor's name? I don't need to know the Nathan Fillion. That's right. Yeah, I think he was Green Lantern on a couple of the the things but so they've been using his name or his voice for Green Lantern. They should have used him in the films while he was still, while he was younger. They should have used him in a Green Lantern film. But yeah, his voice is used a lot. And that's too bad though. Didn't the voice of the animated series Batman, didn't hit the voice actor just pass? That sucks because he was so distinctive. A good voice that really, that really felt like Batman. It just became so identified with Batman. Oh yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, that's a thing that like technology could do easily. Is just put a layer of like weird neon and color grading and stuff on low budget film and give you kind of a cyberpunk feel. Yeah, that would be really cool if they did something that was more like that was actually cyberpunk. That could be pretty cool. Yeah, I wonder that because that genre is so anti the evil corporations and anti just everyone's a an underdog street punk level runner kind of thing. I mean, I guess I have the corp characters too, but that could be a I don't know. I wonder if that genre would catch on. It's funny what catches on, like what the zeitgeist or whatever these certain genres like attach themselves to. I don't know what, because when stuff reminds people too much of like current misery and doesn't like alleviate it or give you some like escape from it, or some kind of like or disguises it enough that you're just kind of dwelling in your, weird bug protein based life. um yeah, it doesn't quite have that effect. I wonder what will take off. Spooky doll movies, I guess, might take off. That Megan movie was doing. I guess they kind of expected that, those kind of lower budget, because they didn't do CG. The doll isn't a computer effect. It's actually a girl in a rubber, like in one of those creepy kind of cosplays, those anime girl kind of cosplays, but it's an actual girl in a costume. So much cheaper to produce, and that's getting I mean, they did a good job, like a lot of that Blumhouse stuff, marketing it, getting viral clips on the internet. uh so we'll see. Yeah, it's funny, a lot of people that were talking about Megan did the history of like haunted dolls or spooky dolls. It's funny how like, but I guess like all cultures kind of have that. Yeah, there's a weird and I don't know it very well, so I shouldn't talk about it too much, but there is a weird kind of idea, and I think it comes from Shinto, that in Japan, where everything has like a spirit, so rocks and any inanimate thing has a spirit, and so people believe, so you shouldn't, anything that looks like a person, like a doll, or something that kind of has the appearance of a person's face, you shouldn't throw away. You shouldn't just throw in the trash. So traditionally, if you were going to dispose of old dolls, you need to take them to the temple, and they pray for them and burn the dolls at the temple in a ceremony, so that the spirit in the doll doesn't do anything bad. So that's always been it's been a thing. It's a thing in a lot of cultures, but I thought that was very interesting. So a lot of old. So I guess there's not much of a. People aren't recovering dolls from the trash. It's funny though, in Japan, how many figures and model kits and stuff that they make that have that appearance. I wonder if that still is true. Like, I wonder if people still think that, because there are so many tiny plastic, doll culture is pretty huge in Japan. I wonder if people that get out of the doll hobby take their take their collection to the temple to be burned and prayed over. But that's traditionally a thing. So it's bad, like as a superstition, it's bad luck to throw away something that looks like a person, because it may have a spirit that causes trouble. All right. Oof. All right, I'm not getting anywhere. Well, it's good to see you, Matt. I'm glad you could stop by. Sorry, I didn't start as early as I wanted to. The morning was a little bit busier than I suspected. But oh yeah, maybe like a crushed pizza box might be. Can't believe how many stories are coming up on my news feed about all the weird abuses and things. I guess I don't know the system. I've never used it, but like DoorDash and the delivery systems in the U.S., I guess there's tipping, and the tipping can happen before the delivery, because it could be included like digitally. It goes through the app maybe. So maybe there's not as much cash handed over for tips, and so if the driver, there's a lot of viral, I'm sure that's built for TikTok, is drivers just not delivering your food and like recording themselves eating your order because you decided not to tip them. What a lovely system. Yeah, somebody. Oh yeah, I think they were talking about that. I'm sure it's the same in a lot of major American cities, but talking about how uh, Uber and Lyft have decimated the value of the taxi medallions. So medallion is kind of like the license, or those big metal like disc with the numeric, like with the seal and the numeric thing on them that are kind of just bolted to the hood of a taxi. They put like a rivet or whatever through it. And those are really expensive. It identifies you as like, being licensed to operate a taxi, and those used to cost, like, the cities could charge like $250,000 or like crazy amounts, and it would be such a huge amount that people would, like, one person could barely earn enough money driving a cab to pay for that. So you would hear stories about like brothers, like immigrant brothers or whatever, would share a taxi and maybe just use one name and one license, but would basically drive 24 hours. They would take two shifts, like a day and a night shift, and drive a taxi 24 hours just to pay off the license, the medallion, sooner. But I guess cities can't get as much for them because there isn't as much business because of the competition of so I guess fewer taxis on the streets. But yeah, that's a huge. I can't believe they let something like that happen. A lot of countries have tried to protect themselves. Like in Japan, there's Uber. It's Uber. Yeah, Uber is here in Japan, but the government forced Uber to open up and allow taxi companies to also respond to Uber requests or Uber, passenger calls. So they didn't want to decimate the domestic, taxi companies. Yeah, Japan is always very protectionist with its domestic companies, and I can't believe America is just letting those things. I mean, it's not. It was a corrupt, bad system. I mean, $250,000 for a taxi license is insane. But yeah, I don't understand this. I guess it's just the influence, like the tech companies, figure out who they need to pay off to make this thing happen, and so they can't do that successfully outside of their home countries. It's not tolerated as well, or maybe it's a little dangerous for the politicians in those countries to accept the payoffs. They're going to go to prison, whereas American politicians don't, and so they've just figured out, the lobbyists or whatever they need to do, the payoffs they need to make to get these things to happen. But it's just destroying. I mean, we've already seen pre-digital the stuff that allowed like American main streets just to be destroyed and everything to be a Walmart off of a highway. Everybody's place to go shopping in small towns and stuff. It's really, really bizarre. But yeah, it's all just government corruption. Yeah, but that's depressing. Yeah, I noticed that too because the last time I was in Los Angeles, I think I did use Uber once, but I used a taxi from the airport, and the taxi driver was really aggressive. Like, here's my personal cell phone number. Call me anytime you need a ride. If when you're ready to go back to the airport, call me. I'll be available anytime. So they were desperate to keep any customers that they got and not let them migrate over to the. A family member drove me back to the airport, so unfortunately I couldn't use it. I couldn't use it on the way back, but yeah, I felt that's never happened before, so I felt the kind of desperation and the desire to kind of keep any customers they can get, to kind of keep them and be as useful as possible. Very depressing. Yeah, I don't know, and it's not like things are better. It's just like they're exchanging one bad system for another. Because the weird accountability, the lack of accountability, when it's a license, and it was expensive, there's a lot more chance that you're not going to have murderers and rapists driving your cars. But with Uber and Lyft, it's very possible. It's very easy for a for a serial killer to be your Uber driver. And so many and these were like early days, but so many stories about people, like if they have a driver that they're interested in, they end up like partying that, because they don't have to keep working. Like you can make your own schedule, so you can literally stop working. So if you have a fare that you're attracted to, you can just follow them to the club that you are driving them to. And so people talked about drinking and partying with their Uber drivers. That's a messed up system, definitely. What am I doing here? I think I lost my... Yeah, I did. There we go. Matt says, I went to Pittsburgh a few years ago and ran into that. Oh, from a cabbie. Yeah. I think have to be very aggressive to try to... Because people that will use cabs and not automatically default to those ride services, they definitely want to keep you. Yeah, that's too bad. I don't know, and I don't know what's better, but I think that lack of accountability is crazy. Because people do misbehave in cabs, and people try to rob cabs and things, but that's not a safe job. It's almost like a convenience store job. And I guess as things moved more to plastic and credit to pay for cabs, it became less dangerous because they're not driving around with a bunch of cash. But yeah, I don't know. What's going on here? Why do I keep losing my brush size? There we go. Yeah, I don't know. And everybody's going to be driving electric cabs by 2030. Or it'll be Johnny Cabs from Total Recall. Wouldn't that be a nightmare? To get into a cab and have to use voice command to tell it where you want to go, and it misunderstands you and drives you somewhere insane. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not gonna do that. All right. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't look very good. Yeah, but just like everything in the Midwest, it just gets gutted. I can't even imagine what this kind of effects that technology's having on some parts of the world. I think I said that the time I spent back in the Midwest, it felt just like the first Blade Runner movie, where and everyone's telling you there should be blimps flying over that saying jobs now available on the east and west coast. What are you doing here in the middle of nowhere? It had a really evacuated and people were just left behind kind of feeling, which is a shame. I mean, that really that really messes with things. I mean, I just can't believe people tolerate that kind of insane holiday travel and stuff just so they can make more money at a job that all goes to their mortgage or rent or property taxes or whatever, instead of having a family and a community and some history somewhere. Just a bunch of transplants. And that's the funny thing. That's the thing that is really disgusting, is the reason that the coastal elites, or whatever you want to say, the assholes that refer to the most of the country as the flyover, The reason that it's so bad is because most of those people are from that area. Like there's nothing worse than this plague of transplanted Midwesterners that want to cover up the fact that they're from the middle of, they're just from some failed steel town or some diminished, farming area of the world, and become these fanatics, either in their East Coast or West Coast loyalties, and are the probably the biggest disparagers of where they came from. Just creating that whole weird. I mean, because it's just, it's funny. There's probably a lot of that is what creates a lot of these weird, virtue signaling, culture war kind of things, is because people want to hide the fact that they're from Indianapolis and want to be an LA, a Los Angeles native or a New York native, and make people, miserable. But I guess it's all converts are the most fanatical. Hey, unknown girl, how's it going? Oh no. Yeah, YouTube is just the worst kind of unpredictable thing. That's too bad. Well, I'm glad you found the stream. Yeah, my schedule was going to keep it on Thursdays, so Wednesday night. It's going to keep it on Wednesday night for North America, and Thursdays for this side of the world for a while. All right, so delivery food or what was the? I was thinking of some kind of pizza box joke. But that's the worst part of the whole thing is people proving their loyalties to this new place that they want to be from. But yeah, like I was saying, it's like that for anybody that converts to something. They become the most fanatical, the strictest, most the biggest evangelist of their of this new way. Just because it hides their shame, their horrible roots. I guess Americans have always been like that because America is just a country of people that fail and escape escape a home country and come to America to get rich quick. Yeah, that was in that second season of of White Lotus. That idea comes up of visiting your roots, visiting the country where your family's from. And I won't spoil anything, but there's reasons why people leave. So reconnecting with those, there may be no roots to reconnect with because you left for bad reasons, probably financial ones. All right. So, microwavable things, these weird packages. Or, yeah, I don't know. Oh, yeah, takeaway versus home cooked. That's a good idea. Unknown girl. Yeah, yeah, right. Takeaway. What is it? Carry out? Yeah, yeah. Right. Yeah, takeaway is it was a much nicer phrase. All right. Yeah, what could I? Yeah, so if I did these kind of takeout containers, what would be just a plate of, or maybe a pot? Yeah, maybe just a like a saucepan or something might get across home cooked enough. I haven't drawn a saucepan in a while. Obviously. All right. That's a little deep, isn't it? Jeez, oh man. These lines are terrible. And then just do something like this for the... Yeah, I'm not getting any variation in width there. Yeah, something like that, I guess. All right. Oh, yeah, but the scale is going to be weird, isn't it? Yeah, I wasn't drawing anything to scale. I guess I do need a bag, don't I? Yeah, that might be fun, like a constant battle between microwavable, takeout, microwavable, frozen food, and home cooking. Okay, so this needs to go up here. Oh, that was one of the first things I drew. Crazy. And this is the 7th thing I drew. I'm keeping track. Alright. Oh, these are down here. Okay, this, and maybe this. Okay. So I'll move these guys to another... Oops. Oh, actually, I should keep them here, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'll do a... because this is today. Yeah, that would be today's cartoon. Yeah, I'm just going to keep these guys here. Boom, boom. And I'll draw something from scratch on the other one. All right, let's see how this looks. See if we can make this work. Yeah, I think so. I gotta pay attention to the the video that I'm actually outputting here. So the pen should be a little bit bigger, but these lines are getting really thick. Nice. Fast food. Yeah, that's still in the that movie, The Founder. They really talk about that, how McDonald's and some of that early fast food, because the drive-in restaurants, like where you can pull your car up and stuff, they would bring you trays of food, but often, you know, it would still be a plate, you know, a dish, like actual breakable flatware, or no, that's not flat. They bring you silverware, but they'd also bring you dishes, and on a tray. So you're eating your, you know, hamburger sandwich or your, you know, pork chop or whatever. You're cutting it with a knife and fork and eating it like a meal you would at home. And McDonald's was one of the first to just wrap everything in paper, pre-cook it, wrap everything in paper, and then have it, you know, you just eat it out of a paper bag. It's really crazy that idea stuck and changed, you know, people's eating so extremely, especially in the U.S. And then they're also able to export that. That's amazing. That it works so well that, yeah, they just kind of yeah, I want it to look a little bit little confrontational. Yeah, I guess the pan is actually not drawn in the right perspective either, making it extra weird. Let me see if I can suggest something a little different. Yeah, actually, maybe this. Yeah, everything's got a little bit of a weird 3/4 view. All right. I don't know. We'll see. Oh yeah, I wonder if any restaurants have tried to preserve that. Well, some of the yeah, some kind of retro-y kind of places. They probably still don't give you. They probably give you plastic forks and knives and stuff. But I wonder. Yeah, I wonder if they still have. If people are still trying to do kind of a retro. Because I think diners. In America, diners kind of replace that experience. So it's kind of a fake home cooked. It's more home cooked feeling than fast food, and so yeah. And that's the thing, that's American diners are insane. I don't know if other countries have that too, but the menu at diners is insane. Like the range of food that they can make. So they've just got a little kitchen in the back of this restaurant, and they can make, lasagna, pancakes, cordon bleu chicken, like all these like random weird things on a menu. And the menus are just huge. They're just like these endless lists of different types of food. It's like, how can they possibly have all this food, all these ingredients back there? And when you order it, it comes out very quickly, So it's so funny. Yeah, it's some sort of sorcery or witchcraft must be involved in American diners. An amazing pie. Oh, yeah, that's what I. That's okay. That's a thing that I definitely can say I genuinely miss as a good piece of pie, because the I think I talked about the idea of pie here is a weird French pastry, like a crispy kind of flaky French pastry is the a lot of the times when something is called pie, that's what it is. So like meat pies and things they're not. It's not a crust over the top of something. It's just a little pastry that folded pastry that has something inside. All right, let's see if I can get some color on this. Yeah, I did. There was a pop-up shop in Tokyo. One of the trips I was there that had had actual pie. They were cutting pretty huge slices, so the slices were pretty big, and they're decent fruit pies. But they were big slices, so they were like $15 or something a slice. It was something like create those crazy Japanese prices where you're like, ouch. Okay, I really want this, but I don't feel good about paying this much for it. A lot of stuff is like that here. Funny thing is, because of the inflation in America, it's actually a wooden handle or like a rubber. Weird red rubber. I might go with wood. With the inflation in America, people in America are paying the import prices for things that we usually pay in Japan. It's really funny. You go to a supermarket in the U.S. and those prices are crazy. They are what you pay in Japan for American imported stuff. So I'll do some kind of crazy bright colors on this carry out. Not really referencing anything, but just want to be bright and annoying. Maybe pink. All right, and then some details. Yeah, that would be fun. I'm sure there are. There's a lot of places that, especially Los Angeles is pretty famous for that, like recreating, because they had car culture for so long, recreating some of that stuff. So of course there'd probably be some desire for a oh, that's right, wasn't gonna do this yet, a pre-fast food era dining experience with your car. That must exist somewhere. waitresses on roller skates. Surprisingly not. I don't know why, and I guess because it's the suppliers, because the global things are so, the food and stuff is so global that the Japanese prices actually, and they can't. That's the thing that's so strange about Japan, is it's been in deflation for like 2 decades now, and so you can't raise the price of something or else no one can buy it. So like prices about 20 years ago hit as high as they can go for certain goods, including imported goods, because people haven't had increases in salaries for like 20 years. Just nothing has gone up. The economy has managed to just keep everything kind of frozen. And so that's what made the consumption tax, the kind of sales tax thing that they have here, so huge, because it was the first time sorry, first time the government had a income increase, a tax revenue increase in it was like 30 or 40 years. Yeah, it's a very strange phenomena here. But yeah, things are kind of maxed out. Like people's salaries don't change. So if you want to sell things, you have to keep them at a certain level. I noticed that with the gallery, and with even selling my own work here, is I knew what I wanted to make for it. I knew what I thought it was worth, and it's, it's foreign, so I thought I could charge a little bit more for it. But there is no tolerance for high-priced, comic books or anything in Japan. There is a price that these things are, and that's what everybody pays. Even if essentially it's just cost, or even if, that means no one's making money at it. That's just what things cost, and that's what customers expect to pay. So it's very bizarre. It's a very wacky economy. And there's not a lot of public assistance here. Like people don't want to. A lot of people don't want to take government checks. So yeah, there's not the same kind of public assistance and stuff. So it's a really weird phenomena, like the miracle of the Chinese boom. I think someday they'll have to take a look at how Japan was able to sustain this like weird lack of growth, of economic growth, for so long. And it might just be the same way America does. Their money isn't connected to anything anymore, so it's just you can print it whenever you need it. I don't know. I have no idea. All right. Oh, maybe green would be better, so it contrasts a little bit more. Yeah, so that's a very funny thing, but I don't mind it at all. It kind of keeps you off the that endless treadmill of making more, changing jobs, because the best way to get a raise is just move, change your position. It's nice not to have to do that, because I see a lot of friends in the U.S. having to deal with that sort of frustrating situation, where their current job isn't going to ever get better, so they have to just keep looking. All right. Yeah, I don't know what any of this is supposed to be. Right, and it's maybe some kind of blue. This isn't. It's still RGB. Okay. Yeah, I've been working in CMYK, confusing the hell out of myself recently. All right. Something like that. Oh, I haven't. Yeah, I haven't noticed. There hasn't been any reports. I'm not sure. I think we get a lot of our chicken from Southeast Asia. I think that's where, like, Thailand and Vietnam and stuff, I think, produce a lot of chicken for Japan. So I haven't noticed if there's been a big effect. But yeah, we haven't had the like egg prices and things go crazy like like you've had in the US. But I'm sure we'll have our own horrible animal plague that'll have the same effect. Yeah, it's mysterious where Japan sources things sometimes, because and it's just certain restaurants too. Like I think Yoshinoya, that beef bowl restaurant, I think they use almost exclusively Australian beef. So anytime there's fluctuations in Australian beef production, they have trouble. And we had some chicken shortages like maybe 10 years ago or something because of something happening in Southeast Asia. But it wasn't everybody. Yeah, so it's funny. The different companies rely on different supply. So, yeah, it's not very predictable. Yeah, I had the McDonald's potato thing during the lockdown, or during pandemic, where they would only serve small size fries because they had to start using Japanese potatoes, and the Japanese potatoes are small, so they don't come out of the top of the larger sizes, the containers. I think that was, I mean, that was the reason that they explained. But I don't know if that's what I heard, but I don't know if that's a complete fact. But I thought that was very funny. So for a month we had, and it was only McDonald's. McDonald's only were serving the S size fries. I think that was during the transportation trouble, the cargo shipping, because I think they literally move frozen potatoes on slow moving, takes a month to get anywhere cargo ships. So you're eating very not fresh French fries. All right. Actually, let's not go crazy here. Yeah, it doesn't look like any sort of recognizable fast food or anything, so hopefully I can get this across. Oof. Yeah, the color schemes are a little bit weird. Oh yeah, Matt said yeah. In the U.S., it's hard to tell how much of it's legit shortages or exploitative pricing. Yeah, taking advantage of what people are just gonna willing to endure for their vices. Not like people are gonna suddenly stop buying fast food if it goes up a little bit or whatever. Yeah. So is the sound okay in the new mic position? I think the levels look a little bit low. I'm not peaking quite as high. But it's out of the, it's not hanging above my head. I was trying to get it off the green screen as much as possible. So I might turn away from it a little bit more in this position, but it should be okay. Home cooked meals. All right. Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, always trying a different position. This mic stand's a little funny. When I was trying it before, I couldn't put it low because I couldn't reach the tablet well, which is the same thing I was having when I do it at the office, and I use that big Yeti. That thing is so big, and it's on a mic stand that just kind of comes, shoots this way. So I have to put my arms on the other side of it to kind of have my head on one side and the my arms underneath it. But this is a little bit better, a little bit out of the way. Okay, let's see here. So what are we doing? Oh, some kind of cake joke. cardboard. Oh, I'm doing this all weird. Let's see here. Yeah, the cake is the wrong angle. Okay, first I'll do this, and then I'll try to make it make sense. Maybe bigger this way. Something like this. All right, turn this off. There we go. Oh, let me make sure everything's... This computer's been really crawling lately. I think I might be filling up the hard disk. It's part of the problem. But yeah, when I click on different windows, it takes a while. I thought it was because of the VPN, but it probably is also the bloat of Chrome. Yeah, I keep seeing people using Firefox. People that are doing streaming and open their browser. A lot of people switch to Firefox because of the maybe the management, the resource management's better, the memory management is better. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I really hate being tied to Google, just because the Google apps. Come on, jeez. Make it useful to use Chrome, but Chrome is such a resource hog. I think I've actually crashed my system because of how bad Chrome is hogging memory. And I'll open something like Premiere or whatever and just, kills the whole thing. All right, let's try something like this. So I need this to be filled. All of it. So here and here and here. There we go. Yeah, something like that. And then maybe some crud on the some little blobs of frosting and stuff left over. Ah. Okay, and fill this. There we go. All right. Oops. Stuck in. There we go. The last uneaten piece of cake. Let's do super bright, like a yellow. Oops. Yeah. Yummy grocery store cake colors. And yeah, what about the candle? Yeah, maybe like a pink, purplish pink would be good. Yeah, I always think of, yeah, birthday candles would be just like green, blue, and pink. All right, and then our frosting could be white. Sorry, and the little cardboard, the shitty cardboard part. Actually, a little bit lighter. Okay. And then maybe a actual cardboard color would be good around here. So does that weird corrugated cardboard look. Yeah, maybe I'll even do the jagged little corrugation in there. That might look cool. Oops, oops, oops. Ugh. And here. There we go. Yeah, I think that works. Oh yeah, so let's try corrugation. Let's see if I can make this work. So mask this and then just go boom, boom. Yeah, I think that might read. Although in the JPEG it'll probably be lost, but that's what I was thinking. I'm sure there's a way that it would change with the angle, but we're not going to get that exact. Fertile Frog ice cream cakes there, or any ice cream cakes. The only ice cream cakes are 31, are Baskin Robbins 31 ice cream in Japan. I think that's the only ice cream cake I've ever seen, and they're crazy expensive here. They're like 40 or they're about the same in the U.S. Too, but they're like $40 or $50, and they can get as much as like 100 and something if you get a larger size. But yeah, I think that's the only ice cream cake. There's no, because grocery stores don't do cakes because there's so many bakeries. There's so many cake shops and bakeries here that do specialty cakes, but those are really expensive. There's a couple of cheaper, like the chain that does the sweets and candies and stuff. They have bakeries that have they're very sweet. Some more appropriate for like kids' birthdays. I'm totally blanking on the Fujiya. Fujiya does probably the cheaper cakes, but they're just regular, mostly like kind of strawberry shortcake kind of stuff, but not ice cream. Yeah, ice cream cakes are pretty rare. I think only 31, and there's there's a couple of maybe Cold Stones. In shopping malls, there's Cold Stone ice cream in Japan, but that's pretty rare too. So mostly Baskin Robbins, like out where people actually live, is just Baskin Robbins. There we go, and then a little bit of this. There we go. The last uneaten piece of cake. Yeah, what's that thing? It's an American thing. I mean, it may have come from someplace else. But that weird superstition, like you save a piece of wedding cake in the freezer. I forget what that is. I think I've just seen that in sitcoms. I'm not sure if that's an actual thing that people do, but yeah, the weird. Okay, so color is on that layer. Okay, good. Yeah, I think I've only seen that in on TV. But yeah, what is that superstition? Oh, nice. Yeah, $16 ice cream cake. That's amazing. Yeah, because I think yeah, those are the ice cream from the ice cream shop, so it's more expensive ice cream. They still like factory made, I think, though. But and they also have the ones at Baskin Robbins have a lot of character. Like they have a lot of licensed IPs here, so like Pokemon and whatever is popular with kids, they'll have a Baskin Robbins will have a version of that. All right, and then yeah, recognizable eyes. There we go. So something about yeah, if the last piece is not eaten or something. Ah, there we go. On a piece of crappy cardboard. Nice. Oh yeah, the topping from the cake and I mentioned actual cake. Yeah, and the freezers. Yeah, we had ours for like 5 years and then decided it was stupid and threw it away. Yeah, I guess you're supposed to eat it again after you've been married for a while. You eat it again or something for good luck. Yeah, I can't remember what that superstition was, but I vaguely remember like a piece of ice cream cake or of wedding cake if in the freezer. All right, so we'll go with this and this. Oh yeah, that's right. Everything is all colored up. Cool. So let's check out the archive again. So where are we? Yeah, and this stuff will move pretty fast now because it's not daily anymore. So December 2007. Okay. And did we do this yet? No, not yet. Oof. Okay. So the fourth, that's right. The fourth was the first one. So let me switch over. Does it work? Yes, it works. Oh, maybe I should squeeze it a little bit though. There we go. Right, so the abuse of the alarm clock. So he dreaded his morning beatings and their 5 minute intervals. Actually, snooze alarms are not 5 minutes, are they? They're like 7 or something, yeah. I never abused the snooze, so I don't know how long snooze alarm intervals are. All right. So December 6th. Yeah, that was December 4th, so December 6th. It was hard to regain composure after spraying all over yourself. Yeah, the cola doesn't look very. I should have made it a little bit lighter. But a shaken can of cola. December 11th. Oh, there we go. Sadly, the ant invasion wasn't the worst part of the picnic. The little trail of ants leading up to the very lame picnic basket. Yikes. December 13th. Even tofu was grossed out by tofu juice. Yeah, that water. that water. I don't even think it's that common in the U.S. So. But yeah, that weird water that it's stored in is not quite. There's something tofu-y about it. December 18th. There was more to being a wireless mouse than he. There was more to being a wireless mouse than he had first thought. That's just cutting the wire. Up December 20th. Even seeing each other only once a year, they still had nothing to talk about. Holiday, what, relative jokes? I like all the burnt matches trying to light the candles. Ooh, December 25th. His failures in artificial holly repair put a damper on the entire holiday celebration. He couldn't get that last holly berry glued back. December 27th. It had to be more... Oh, let me move this, sorry. It had to be more than... It had to be more than his pine scent that attracted him to holiday lights. A car, what is that car? Not deodorant, a car air freshener. That's right, a car air freshener. Trying to be festive. January 1st, 2008. She tried to explain to Instant Coffee that some things take time and need more than hot water. I think I've done a lot of hot water jokes. All right. So January 3rd, 2008. He tried explaining to the Sugar Bowl how she could help with his sour morning moods. Yeah, I remember as a kid, like rarely eating like a half a grapefruit, but when I would just like coat the entire thing because like half a grapefruit is wet from the juice of the fruit, so just coating it with like a solid layer of sugar and that being like making it edible, but I was just eating sugar that had been soaked in grapefruit juice. All right, January 8th. Oh wait, sorry, I gotta make sure I hit these so I know where I am. January 8th, 2008. She knew it had to be the speaker making her sound that way. All right, your voice over a microphone. January 10th. They suddenly felt that the difference between 0.7 millimeters and 0.5 was gigantic. Mechanical pencil jokes. January 15th. He soon realized that there was nothing between on and off. He's trying. The switch is like right in the middle. Nothing between on and off. Well, I think we'll do all through February because there's not too many in each month. He felt the heavy responsibility of containing all the bake sale proceeds, mostly because it was all in change and very heavy. Yeah, that's not even possible anymore, is it? To pay coins for baked goods. Oh, this is a weird one. I remember drawing this and being like, should I color this? Yeah, it's very, very odd because I didn't do anything outside the window. Yeah, so in their attempt for an open and honest relationship, they had settled for open. It's supposed to be those weird sliding windows, a windowsill and a rolling shade. January 24th, 2008. The majesty of his first flight was robbed from him by a simple unopened window. Doink. January 29th. What little warmth he felt certainly wasn't coming from him. The little electric heater. I should have put some orange or something on there so it looked like not just a speaker. January 31st. Cellophane tape had a limited usefulness in most note-taking activities. All right. Cellophane tape joke. February 5th, 2008. The eraser now realized he had just erased the kindest words he would ever know. We came across that one before. February 7th, 2008. He could increase his data capacity, but not his capacity for love. Oh, the puns. February 12th. The bookmark felt insulted that the floor could perform his job. Yeah, just put a paperback face down. creasing that spine. All right. February 14th. Neither of them could believe he wasn't butter spray. That's an American. Yeah, I can't believe it's not butter. So I like that commercial. So they had I can't believe it's not butter. So kind of like imitation, kind of weird chemical margarine. But then to put it on even easier for like, you know, corn on the cob or whatever, or like they would always show like vegetables, like steamed vegetables. There was a spray version. So it looked like a cleaner. It looked like a bottle of some kind of cleaning solution, but it was fake butter that you like sprayed on top of your food. And so there was a big promotion for I can't believe it's not butter. And then it was I can't believe it's not butter spray. Of course, I can believe something that isn't a spray bottle is not butter, but whatever. Hey, Yum, how's it going? Oh, thanks for the the marker. Is that a marker compliment? What marker? Uh-oh, wait. That's one. Oh, look at that. That's dry erase. A beautiful dry erase marker. All right. February 19th. The pair of scissors hoped to be more terrifying than terrifying projectile. I see. So somebody threw a pair of scissors and it didn't have the impact they hoped. Hoped to be a more terrifying projectile. All right. February 21st. This time, far more than his circuit breaker was flipped. A breaker box joke. February 26th. The travel mug could handle non-dairy creamer and artificial sweetener, just not the morning commute. Oh, look at it's a little travel mug. And February 28th. Hot tea in the office frequently involved intense over-brewing. Nice. Yeah, I think that was the thing I always ran into. Make a cup of tea or a mug of tea and then have to walk away from it. And then if it was black tea or something pretty heavy, by the time you came back, it was pretty undrinkable. All right. And we'll pick up with March. The barrage of tennis practice was always hardest on the beverages. A tennis ball beverage joke. All right. So let me record where we left off here. Oops. All right. Wow, that moved pretty fast, yeah. That was December, January, February, right away. Oh, that's right. The new Evil Dead trailer. Yeah, I didn't like the first remake. I wonder, it's the same director? I think it's the guy or the guy that directed the first Evil Dead remake is going to do the Alien, the straight to streaming Alien movie. That'll be interesting. All right, so let's do some writing. Oh, nice. So how's it going, Yum? Hopefully things are good. Let me try to minimize this. Okay, so yeah, this was the home cooked. The distant memory of home cooking. So with should I do carry out? Is that one word or is it hyphenated? Carry out. The internet doesn't know because they make all the same mistakes. Oh, they're saying the origin is American or U.S. and Scottish. Yeah. Oh, so as an adjective, it can be one word. I guess it can be both. Or it can be two words. It can be hyphenated or one word. Jeez. Sorry. Carry out. So yeah, hyphenated or one word. It can be one word as a noun, an adjective, two words as a verb. Oh, yeah, of course. Okay, I'll just do one word. I think I like how that looks better. I'm sure someone will object. Oh, yeah, the super color. Yeah, I was trying to do some kind of like random like fast food or carry out food or some kind of like microwavable food. Yeah, the colors don't really reference anything, so they look a little bit, yeah. I don't know if it's, I'm going to have to say what they are, I think. And microwavable. Is there an E in that? Maybe. Home cooking, which is one word, I think. Distant memory. The distant memory of home cooking. Food. Okay. Home cooked. Home cooking is two words. A. Yeah, home cooked. Yeah, two words. Home cooked, but no home cooking. Home cooking is one word, right? Weird. Come on. Yeah. Homecooking.com says it's two words. Most podcasts involving home cooking, it's two words. Oh, interesting. Okay, well. Yeah, for some reason, maybe I'm just thinking of home cooked. Getting confused. With carryout and microwavable, is there an E in microwavable? Too much Googling. Yes, there is. Yes. Carryout and microwavable food, home cooking with a distant memory. That's not very strong. The distant memory of home cooked food. All the pretty colors were distracting. Blurry. Oh yeah, Hello Fresh. Yeah, right. Yeah. Are those still around? They aren't getting the advertising they were before. Yeah, I should do layout. Just like a landscape of containers. So a sad saucepan. Yeah, there's probably a better way to say that. Let's try the existential birthday cartoon. Is that? Yeah, there was a huge gap there. Okay, here we go. So that's all. Yeah, okay. Oh, maybe here too. Okay. So something about the last piece of birthday cake, if it was never eaten. Yeah, we were talking about that, the frozen wedding cake and stuff, but some make up some stupid superstition about if it isn't eaten, does it ever happen? Or rejecting, refusing to eat, does refusing did. I don't want to ask a question, but refusing to eat your own birthday cake was a rejection of rejection of aging. Yeah, what do HelloFresh boxes even look like? Oh, they're just that brown cardboard. Of course, they have to look very natural. Hello, Fresh. They could have gotten. They should have gotten Seinfeld and the other guy to do that. Hello, Fresh. That's actually not very funny, is it? Ah, come on. Where's my undo? There we go. So refusal to eat your own birthday cake. Rejected both calories and aging? I don't know. Birthday cake. Something. Weight gain. That slice is so cute. Sticker. Yum needs stickers. Let's see. Birthday. Happy birthday. I think I've actually almost sent that to people. Typing very quickly. Happy birthday. Was a rejection. Was a rejection of. Refusal to eat your own birthday cake was a rejection of both calories and aging. Is there a funnier thing than calories, or a better way to say weight gain? Or I don't want to make diabetes jokes. If it doesn't get eaten, the party can't end. There we go. Happy birthday. Congratulations, year of your birth. Or day of your birth. That's right. Congratulations, day of your birth is the Japanese translation. Or English translation of the Japanese. Refusal to eat your own birthday cake was a rejection of both calories and aging. Just something better than calories, or sweetness and aging. I guess calories and aging are. It's the most clear, but is there a funnier word? Both calories and aging. A rejection of calories. A rejection of. Oh, I should do a. Just to procrastinate, okay, I should do a little wisp of smoke so the candle looks just. Oh, what weird brush am I using here? There we go. Oh, wait. I need something fuzzier. There we go. Foof. Like the little wisp of smoke. One more here, but now with 0 calories. Oh, there you go. Yeah, right. Yeah, the last slice. That's right. The attic was full of slices of uneaten birthday cake. Or it didn't happen. If the cake was never finished, did the birthday really happen? Oh, no questions. No questions. Refusal to eat your own birthday cake was a rejection of both calories and aging. Yeah, I would. Yes, it sounded like a bigger gesture or a bigger action than it is. Like try to make it sound more noble or. Yeah, a mouse came and ate all the last pieces of birthday cake. Uh, yeah, both of these aren't very snappy. I mean, that's the idea. That's what I was thinking about, as some kind of weird rejection of birthdays. But calories and aging. Huh. And with carryout and microwavable food, home cooking was a distant memory. No, there's a better way to say that. So rejected or ignored, unused, forgotten, uh, the forgotten art of home cooking, or brought about the death of. Hmm. If only. Carryout and microwavable food. Home cooking was a distant. Yeah, distant memory is not. So the forgotten art, the lost tradition. uh, yeah, something. Yeah, something like that. That sounds more anthropological or more, yeah, grand. Home cooking, the forgotten skill, the lost art. So he blamed carryout and microwavable food for the lost art of home cooking. Maybe lost art. He blamed the little pan, the little saucepan. Blamed carryout and microwavable food for the lost art of. Oh wait, for it for creating lost art of. Were responsible. I guess for it becoming a lost art. So for the lost art of home cooking. Does that sound weird? Oh yeah, turning down. Yeah, yeah. That's right. The calories were easier to refuse than the aging, the birthday cake represented. Oh, that's much, yeah, that's much more fun. So if only aging was as easy to refuse as uh, something like that. Oh yes, the coloring. Sorry, yeah, my uh, that went pretty quick, pretty quick this week. All right, for the lost art, he blamed carryout and microwavable food for the lost art of home cooking. A sad saucepan. The lost art of home cooking. Okay, that's better than the other version. Let's go back to this. Refusal to eat your own birthday cake was a rejection of both calories and aging. So you could refuse the cake, but you couldn't, or you could deny yourself a piece of cake, but not. I don't want to make a piece of cake joke, do I? It sounds good. Refusal to eat your own birthday cake was a rejection of both calories and aging. I reject calories. I reject the idea of calories. Hmm. Yeah, I like the weird cardboard thing. Makes it feel like a very shitty cake. Uh, yeah, here the cake boxes have like a little drawbridge or like a little, like one of the sides of the box folds down, and then yeah, you slide the cake out on a little tray. And they're pretty well, like they're surprisingly well designed. So if the cake gets jostled around very, and they better because they're so expensive, but if the cake gets jostled, it you don't make much contact. But when you open that little side of the box, sometimes you stick your thumb right into the edge of the cake to try to pull it out. So that's the human error is the only. It's not the design, the box's fault for the human error. All right. Yeah, I like the idea of refusing your own birthday cake. I wanted to get that idea in there. I'm not gonna have a piece because that means something. Trying to have some power over it. Yeah, and that's a very common structure I use in the jokes of both something and something. So I guess I'll keep that. And oh no. Let's go back to here. He blamed carry out and microwave food for the lost art of home cooking. Okay, I think these are gonna have to do it. Any other stupid details? Yeah, just the color of these boxes is not very recognizable. It actually looks like film or Easter candy or something. Yeah, the colors are a little goofy. You accidentally get the first taste that way. Yeah, that's true. Unknown girl, you get a little bit of frosting on your finger. Nice. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and especially too because it's the so one side folds down, but it still has like little flaps on the side. So if you don't get those perfectly bent, the other side, sometimes you're pulling on a cake and a little you get a little scrape on the from the cardboard or the box flap. Uh yeah, that's the only kind of cake boxes they have here. Uh yeah, I showed my the one of the times we went to Costco, I showed my daughter here those big sheet cakes that they have, and I was like, this is like if you have a birthday party at school or something, this is always what you would have to bring. And she's like, "What is that?" She'd never seen a sheet cake before, and they write on it with like an airbrush, like a food coloring airbrush or something. I think at Costco. Yeah, that was. I think they always did that. I remember growing up too. That yeah, they would write on cakes. They would draw sometimes draw, but write on cakes with an airbrush. And so sometimes it was black. They would write in black food coloring on a cake. And sometimes of course, frosting. Frosting seems like the most logical thing. But I remember airbrush on cakes. But they still do that at the Costco here. A nice airbrush signature on your birthday cake. All right, so let's see what the dictionary, the Adobe dictionary, thinks of all of my hyphenating. Yep, I guess we're good. So he blamed carryout and microwavable food for the lost art of home cooking. All right, and refusal to eat your own birthday cake was a rejection of both calories and aging. Did I spell everything correctly? Yes. Oh, there is a. Oh, okay. Ignore. Ignore. Yeah, I've got an extra. There it is. Text layer in there. All right. Calories and aging. Oh no, we have we have Costco. I think it's the same company too. We have Costco in Japan. Yeah. We don't have Sam's Club. There's no Walmart officially in Japan. But they supply one of the Japanese like discount stores. But no, they have so at the Costco it's mostly Japanese produce and stuff, but they do have a bakery. So they have the rotisserie chickens and they have the big briskets and slabs of ribs, beef ribs and pork ribs. So larger scale stuff, and the giant toilet paper and paper towels and stuff, and it's all that Kirkland, whatever their store brand is. They have a lot of that stuff. Um, but in the bakery, they have those sheet cakes, and it's crazy because literally, like, there are very few even Japanese cars that are big enough to like put a sheet cake anywhere, like on a seat or whatever. So it's pretty funny. And they also have these large pizzas. They're pre-cooked, so I think you just like, or no, they're not frozen, so I think they're pre-cooked and you just heat them up. But they're really big. They're like 24-inch pizzas or something. So they don't fit in a shopping cart, even though they have those giant shopping carts. So they're sitting on top of the shopping carts, and no one here has an oven big enough to put a pizza that size into. So they must have to like cut it up and just like, you know, put it in a toaster oven or whatever in pieces. So it's really crazy. Yeah, and dollar hot dogs, and they have what are they called? Bulgogi. I think they're some sort of Eastern European. They're like beef inside of a wrapped pastry with like cheese on top of it. Like I think it's like beef and onions or something inside. Bulgogi, bulgogi, something like that. Those are pretty cheap here. So yeah, cheap hamburgers, hot dogs, bulgogi, and pizza at the little restaurant thing. Yeah, and they have, I don't know if they're the same, but yeah, they have those giant fist size muffins, and you have to buy 12. Like they come in boxes of 6, but you have to buy 12. And they have sometimes seasonal flavors, like they'll have pumpkin flavor for fall, and yeah, they have the big muffins. Yeah, it's hard to get through 12 giant muffins before they start to get a little funky. Yeah, so they a lot of Japanese stuff, like a lot of rice and cooking oil, and a lot of ingredients, like big quantity ingredients of Japanese cooking. But you can get American peanut butter, some pretty decent maple syrup, and then just all the kind of Kirkland brand stuff. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I haven't been to a Costco in the U.S. for so long, but yeah, I think it's the same company. Their inventory is a little bit different because of what they can get. Oh yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, we went once after the first kind of, so maybe 2021, after the first kind of COVID stuff was lowered, and they weren't doing samples. They still weren't doing samples, so it might be back now, but still everyone's masking in Japan. So I guess you're like pulling your mask down, sticking a toothpick in your mouth, and yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they're doing it. Yeah, there's only like maybe half a dozen, I think, in the whole country, um, of Costco, but yeah, they're still kind of popular. And you basically you have to split that stuff up because in a lot of Japanese houses they don't have huge like pantries and storage for things, so you can't have like 40 rolls of toilet paper stuck somewhere. There's just no place to put it. So yeah, it's very very different. It's weird. They it's a thing culturally I don't think makes any sense here. Like a warehouse store, a discount warehouse store doesn't really make sense here. But because maybe people they knew of it from homestay or visiting America, they want that kind of, it works well. The idea works well. It's just in execution, it's very impractical. Yeah, I wonder. It's been maybe a year and a half or so since we've been there. So I wonder if they started again. Hopefully they're trying to get back to normal. But yeah, they have like sometimes they'll have strange things like inflatable pool toys and stuff. Nobody has a swimming pool in Japan. Swimming pools are super rare. There's basically swimming schools and public pools and a few water parks, and that's it. There's no private pools. Like some maybe penthouse apartments and some like more luxurious apartment buildings might have a pool, but it's super rare. Yeah, super super crazy rare. Uh, oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. I can. It's horrifying though because like I just like, oh, I want to have that again, but I have to buy like 10 pounds of it or whatever. It's like if I want to have like American ketchup and mustard or something, it's like I have to buy the giant jug of it. So it's like I lose my nostalgia really fast by making myself sick trying to use all of it. But no, it is cool. It's cool to have the but they don't do pies. That's a funny thing. I wish Costco did fruit pies. They probably do in the US, but that's something I miss, like apple pies, cherry pies. I miss that so much. Yeah, because we have Coco's here. We have the family restaurant Coco's, and in California, Coco's has that awesome pie bakery. They have, they're always making so many pies. They're cheap pies, but they're still that American style. And here they have Coco's, but no pies. uh, Crazy. All right. Yeah, it's funny. It's there are some people in Japan, like driving SUVs with the kind of McMansions, not quite the American scale, but the big, cheaply built, more room than they need kind of houses in these kind of developed suburbs. There's a little bit of that here, and it's just weird. It's just really weird why anybody would want to live like that in Japan. I guess it's better if you escape having to live in a city and live in an apartment, these giant apartment towers. That must feel better than that way, but still it's super impractical here. And driving, the roads are so small, and that it takes very little for traffic to just be insanely bad here. So I don't know, it's a weird thing. All right, let me make some JPEGs and we'll be done with all this. And we'll get on to some what are they? Some pencil calpas. You guys have no idea what pencil calpas is, but you will. You will know. All right. Yeah, so there's nothing. The strawberry thing is kind of going away. So there is not a lot exciting like seasonally at the convenience store. So once summer starts, when things start, spring happens, and all the sakura stuff will come, and then all the kind of trendy summer stuff will happen, but not yet. Oops. No. And this one. The Lost Art of Home Cooking. Okay. And I can just close this. No. All right. There we go. Yeah, right. A case of Uncrustables. uh, oh, that's right. Is anybody watching that the re-release or it's not a remake, right? It's just like the new season of Beavis and Butthead. So is it MTV doing? It's Viacom probably. Doing they did a movie, and then they're doing a new series. Maybe the new series isn't out yet, but yeah, I haven't seen any of that. The only thing I remember though is how much Mike Judge hated having to do long recording sessions of those voices because they're really hard to do, and so by the end of it he's like totally wiped out. Yeah, I think there's a is there I know they were doing a movie, and then I think I heard they were going to do a series as well. Yeah, 2022 IMDb brought it back. It's already getting ratings, so it must be out. I don't know where it is though. And if it's on streaming. Oh, it's on Paramount Plus. That's why none of us have seen it. Yeah. So they put it on Paramount Plus to probably get some subscriptions. Yeah, 12 episodes. And I thought there was a movie too. Yeah, yeah. So get that Paramount Plus subscription or fire up BitTorrent. Nice. Oh yeah, and this is what's this? Oh, it's the movie is going to be on Paramount Plus too. That sucks. Yeah, trying to get keeping these. Hopefully, like once they have their little release and it generates the subs that they will or won't get, then they'll license it out to Netflix and regular cable and stuff, so it'll show up. Yeah, yeah. So it's Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe is the movie, and then yeah, and then the series. Yeah, and then 12 episodes of television. Wow. Oh yeah, yeah. That was always the best, and those are fun because of how now nostalgic the music videos are, like all the hair bands and stuff that they would do. Yeah, yeah. I mean, to try to get some interest, because people will want to see it, and so will they risk subscribing to Paramount Plus just to see it? We'll never know. All right. Yeah, I don't want to risk playing the trailer on stream. It might take me down. But let's go to the convenience store. I have a pencil to share with you. I don't know why it's called a pencil. All right. So, yeah, like I said, there wasn't a lot of seasonal or very interesting stuff going on at the convenience store. So I always wander into the little nostalgia area, the old like snacks that have been in a convenience store since the 50s. And one thing I came across was something by Yagai, which looks like a chemical factory. It looks like a manufacturer of like auto parts or whatever. So it's not focusing, but the little logo at the top is Yagai. So this is Yagai Pencil Calpas. So what is a pencil calpas? So there were two sizes. One was this length, which is not even quite a pencil length, and the other one was then a third, the little like short, like a single bite of the same thing. And this is basically, I think, like a Japanese version of a Slim Jim. So it's, I don't know what the flavor is. I don't know if it's, because it doesn't say if it's spiced or anything, but it's got a little kid. There's, see the little, well, not really, huh? The little boy mascot. Yeah, this guy right here. It's a little kid, so it's probably kid friendly, and so probably like kind of just like tastes like a sausage. But and I'm not sure, maybe Slim Jims are like this too. But in this thing, this little weird meat stick thing, there's chicken, pork, beef, and soy are all listed on the ingredients. So it made me very curious about what the hell is this. This is probably all the byproducts of manufacturing any kind of meat in Japan get purchased by Yagai and put into these horrible sticks. So let's try Calpas. No, it's Calpas. Calpas. Yeah. There's already Calpas with an I, which sounds like cow piss as well. And that's a drink. That's a beverage. So yeah, this looks very Slim Jim, but very kid style Slim Jim. So maybe not spicy, maybe not like a spiced flavor. Oh yeah, it smells exactly like a Slim Jim, just not very spicy. Yeah, so like a sausage, like a sausage spice. So yeah, it's pretty much the same, except it's a bunch of. It doesn't. Ooh. It doesn't quite snap. It's got almost no flavor. It smells like a sausage. It's really dry. It doesn't. It's like not. It's not hard to chew. So I guess that's why it's for kids. It's kind of crumbly and easy to chew, but almost no flavor at all. Mechanically separated chicken. Yeah, I guess there's not much spice to it. It smells like a very mild Slim Jim, but yeah, it's very strange flavor. It's very Japanese, like processed kind of flavor. I'm just glad there's no fish in it. That would really be bizarre, because I already have those fish cake sausages. It's weird. Yeah, the casing at the outside of it isn't very tough. Yeah, I guess it's just kind of a kid-friendly meat snack, but really, really no flavor. A little bit of that sausage, kind of spices, but super mild, so maybe super kid-friendly. Weird. Yeah, I've never had one of these before. I guess I should have done the whole, because they've got kind of a variety of, there's like cheese sticks, fish sticks, and then these kind of meat sticks. I guess I should have done a sticks, sticks survey. Huh. Yeah. Really dry and not very flavorful. Yeah, very, very different. So not like jerky or even like Slim Jims. Slim Jims are kind of like you have a little more, or what I remember of them, they seem a little more jerky in their flavoring and style. Weird. Yeah, so like a kid's version. I guess if you can't get kids to eat enough processed meat, there's and the funny thing is, yeah, they're also available in just these little stubs, which would literally be just like a single bite. And I don't know why they're called pencil, because they're not, they don't have sides on them. They're not like a hexagon or anything in the shape. It is literally just like a Slim Jim. Yeah, but not the flavor at all. So, yeah, guys, pencils are not very amazing. Yeah, I wonder how long they've been around. And if they're still... Let's see. And I wonder if someone is trying to sell these to in the U.S. Oh, they do come in packs. That's funny. You can buy them in packs. Yeah, there's a couple of shops trying to sell them. Ooh, you can buy them on Amazon. Oh, there we go. Here's yagai.net. Oh, here, I guess I can... Let's swap over to... How can I do this here? Let me see. Let's try to share this and do... Come on. Do this. There we go. So here's the little guy I was talking about holding his meat stick. Oh, is he supposed to be like an artist? Is that like an easel behind him? Yeah. Weird. Very weird. Yagai Corporation. Doesn't it look like they make delicious food? So Oyatsu Kalpas. So I guess there's a panda version too. Oh, look at all the delicious meat that goes into it. So let's see what their different items are here. Yuck. Weird. I guess they are kind of Oh, let's look at their download fun. Oh, look, there's pages for coloring and a little paper craft deal. Nice. The company philosophy and overview and their history. Oh yeah, I was just curious about their history. See how old they are. Oh, there's their philosophy. Oh, there's no... Oh, there we go. 74. There we go. So only since the 70s. Yeah, they're not like a super retro company. Weird. Oh, this is the other news section. Yuck. Well, there we go. So they've got... I love this shot of the corporate office. Looks beautiful. Wow. They're sure going hard with these characters. That's funny. Yeah, so I guess they're just trying to do it like a kid's brand. That's why there's all the goofy characters. Weird. Yeah, but look at all this little... Wow. There's all of their little... Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah, it's all like little weird sausages. So this looks like maybe curry flavored. Because they're doing the... Weird. Yeah, there's all kinds of versions of this. And some more Japanese flavored. Yeah, they're just not very good. They're pretty lifeless. Maybe an actual flavored version might be better, but this like traditional, this little 70s dude traditional version is very boring. It's weird. The whole world of Calpas has opened to us. Oh yeah, so they do more jerky type stuff. This looks more like spicy, yeah, like spicy jerky. Oh, they're even calling it beef jerky. Nippon quality beef jerky. So yeah, we'll have to take a look and see if they do anything better than that. I guess the kid-friendly version, it's not too hard to bite into, and there it is. Weird. Yeah, look at this. Yeah, it contains beef, soy, chicken, and what is that? And zarakin, zarakin. Whatever that is? That's funny. Zarakin. Oh, gelatin. No, that's gelatin. Zaratin. Yeah, gelatin. So maybe animal gelatin. That's weird. Yeah, it's pretty lifeless. I forgot the Z sound is like a J. Yummy. Well, at least it wasn't a lot of calories. Only 34 calories. Jeff the Killer. The mascot is like Jeff the Killer. Nice. Nice. He comes from the internet. Yep, that's it. That's weird. Yeah, the little panda guy and then the little... Yeah, that's a weird... Well, it was worth a try. We've had some good luck though. Some of those, like those chocolate cigarettes, were really good, and things like the baby choco. Those are surprisingly good. Much better tasting than they needed to be. But this was one of those things that is almost tasteless. Yeah, it's very weird. It's almost like like the hot dog spice or whatever is kind of in it. But they do a lot of stuff. Yeah, that seems to like more drinking snacks and stuff. But there's a bigger size. So this is the Japanese equivalent of Slim Jims. Nice. Yeah, yeah, guy sounds very Lovecraftian. Yeah, that's a weird company name, and the logo doesn't look like they make food. It looks like some sort of weird industrial logo. That's so funny. Well, now we know. So maybe we'll do a little jerky survey one of these days. Yeah, I'm curious about the like the Indian curry type flavoring and stuff. Anything would make that better. Yeah, beef jerky. They do a lot of jerky. Weird. All right. Well, that was the excitement of the pencil, the pencil calpas. So what are they trying to say? Calpas. Calpas. I don't know what that word is supposed to be or what it's like short for. That's really weird. Some kind of meat snack. Ah, delicious. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for this week. So sorry, a little bit shorter, but it's a busier day than usual. In fact, I need to be paying attention. Okay, we're still good. But yeah, it was good to see everyone online. And thanks, Matt, for staying up. I know I've got you up late as usual. Nice. Yeah, very weird. Scary panda mascots. But yeah, we'll all have to. Yeah, we should do. Somebody should get Paramount Plus so we can have a watch party for the new Beavis and Butthead. I wonder if the writing is still sharp. If it's Mike Judge doing writing, or if he's just kind of handed it off to a writer's room. Yeah, he did. So for the movie, he did the teleplay. So yeah, he worked on it with Lou Morton on the play, the screenplay. Yeah, I wonder. Weird. The iconic duo are back, dumber than ever. Weird. Well, at least I hope Mike Judge is making some money on that. Yeah, I wonder what kind of rights he retained. I don't know what the connection is with Paramount, if that's Viacom or not. Yeah, that would be fun, and it would be a thing that nobody wants to pay for. So there might be a way to find these episodes somewhere, but yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, especially Beavis and Butthead. We can all have our little nostalgia, our '90s nostalgia trips. Oh man. But yeah, everybody, take care. And it was good to see you, Unknown Girl, and Matt, and Yum. I'm glad you stopped by. Sorry you missed the coloring, Yum. My color choices this week were a little odd. but we'll try again next week. All right. So, whoops. I got to upload these so I don't forget. Yeah, everyone take care. And we'll be back and doing this again next week. Hopefully I'll find something a little bit more exciting than a flavorless meat stick from the convenience store. That was a bit of a disappointment. I guess, though, with kids stuff, you never know. It's either going to be too sweet or it's going to be pretty lifeless, pretty nondescript for fussy kids' palates. But yeah, it looks like there's a lot of jerky out there. I guess it's a drinking snack. So Japan loves its drinking snacks. All right, so let's do this again next week. Yeah. So got to make a Discord. Then we can do all kinds of viewing. That would be fun. All right, so flavorless meat stick. All right, so next time. So see you next time, and hopefully we'll have something more exciting than pencils. All right, so abusecartoons.com is the website if you are watching this for the first time, and Abuse Cartoons on social media. And the archive that we looked at that has all the latest cartoons on it is gocomics.com/domestic abuse, and that should all be in the description. So thanks for joining me, and have a good night or a good day or good afternoon wherever you are. So we can all attain it legally and hang out. Very good. Yeah, that's a good idea. We may need to do some Beavis and Butthead. All right. So take care. A sad one for the sticker set. A flavorless meat stick character is at the next character. Okay, take care. Good night, and see you again soon. So, where is my page? There we go. Okay, goodbye.